if there was ever a time that I would think that something was pushing an agenda, I would think it's The Last of Us show season 2. It is absurd how agendized it is. I've never seen a trash heap as bad as this.
What is up, everybody? It's me, Delacroix.
Mad Curious.
And we're back with another episode of Unfiltered Gamers. You gotta excuse Matt. She's sitting in the dark brooding for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm not brooding.
She's being the emo kid.
I'm just... I actually have almost the same amount of light. I just don't have light back there. And then...
No.
Yeah.
She's in the dark brooding while wearing her Batman shirt. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool. You're not cool.
Listen, I wasn't trying to be cool.
Yeah, you're like, all you gotta do is have your hair covering you one of your eyes, and it's like all flip it off. There you go, emo girl.
Oh man.
Oh man, how you been?
Exhausted.
Exhausted? You sure?
How about you?
I got a pack tonight. I got packs in the morning. Go to packs. I'm flying out the
You're
packs
flying out
east.
Tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god.
Right early. 7 a.m. 7:40 flight. I should land at like at 9.
That's
get
early.
my hotel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Get some breakfast and stuff. Meet up with some people. Go get my badge. You know.
Very cool.
I got a charity stream on Friday with Landfest party.
You have like a group you go with?
I go like one person, other person.
Okay. Gotcha.
If that person doesn't go, I don't go.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't feel like they're very fun alone. I've gone to like writing conferences alone, and that's different because I'm like trying to learn. But like,
yeah,
I don't know about like a
when
creator gamer conference by yourself. That doesn't sound very fun unless you're like super extroverted. But even then, people are like super weird about like meeting people. They're like, I don't want you like in my group unless I invite you, and so it's just like a whole like everybody's really cliquey. So. Yeah,
it is. When I first went to like TwitchCon by myself, it was cool. Like, cause I went in there knowing I was gonna meet a lot of streamers and stuff there, and like people who I've met through streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, it is very cliquey because there's like certain streamers you kind of want to try to like meet and hang out with. They're very standoffish. Like, that's the one thing about streaming nobody tells you is just like you're gonna be isolated at times. Like, you're not gonna know who to trust. Yeah. The people you think you can hang out with don't like you or don't want to hang out with you. And a lot of streamers are very like socially awkward.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of them are jaded also.
This is true. I'm jaded at this point, yeah.
So like I met Mad at TwitchCon, and it was very short.
We happened to run into each other at a bar. It was like super short, and I was hanging out with someone, and we were going to play some games, so we just said hi and bye, pretty much.
Yeah, but I didn't hit. I was like, I'm not gonna hit this person up because I barely freaking know them, and like, I was like, let's exchange emails or whatever, or phone numbers, because she's probably like, who the fuck is this dude? I don't know you. But that's what happens. A lot of people expect that they go to these conventions and you're like, oh, because we know each other and communicate with each other on Twitch and whatever social media, we're friends. But come to find out, it's like that person barely knows you. And then the things with conventions, they have like a notorious history and reputation for people just being fucking creepazoids, especially dudes.
Yes.
And like a lot of shit happening to people,
especially dudes. But when I went, I had an issue with a girl being real weird to a bunch of us, to be fair. So
again,
they come in all shapes and sizes. I'll tell you what.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
I won't just blame men. But yeah, I mean, you really like want to have, especially as a woman, you want to like put some safety stuff in place. Have a buddy. I had a buddy when I went, and it was really chill, and had like a whole group that we kind of met up with, and then had people join, and we were cool with just people hanging out as long as they weren't being like weird about anything, which I didn't really experience too many weird except that one girl. So it was pretty chill overall. But I would only go if I had like friends going, and I don't really network as much as I used to because I'm just like in content right now. So for me to have like buddy system, I would have to go with people that I know really well. And there's a few streamers that I know really well like that. Or if I had like a bunch of people from my community, I would do that. Like I would have like a mad group that we could all just hang out, and anybody from my chat would be welcome to hang out. and that's
You
how I
should
would do
you should
it.
come to TwitchCon. Come to TwitchCon this year. I'll be there.
There's
We
like
can hang
almost
out.
a 99% chance I won't, but someday I would love
I,
to.
but that 1%.
I just have so much going on right now, but
I
we'll
know,
see.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know, I know. And you've been very frustrated because
yeah.
Matt has been in a uproar because of the Last of Us show.
Oh my god.
She's been just on the Twitter, just like, X, just so angry and belligerent, like a drunk
I'm
person.
legitimately, speaking of drunk people, like I am actually agreeing with Critical Drinker, Pirate, and who else? Smash JT. Like all these people that normally I would like heavily disagree with, but you know me, like I'm not gonna like write people off just because I normally disagree with them, because you never know,
Of
you
course.
might agree with them. And so these are people I might generally be in opposition to when it's stuff like, I mean, because we've had a lot of conversations about like woke and all of that, and how where you and I stand, which is pretty similar overall. Like we don't like when we're being used as like something, or when it seems very performative. But if it's done right, we seem to both be totally fine with it. So, and I even really like it when it's done well, like how I think The Last of
Yeah.
Us is done, the game, not the show. And so I saw them talking about it and how bad the show was. And I agreed. Like I watched nearly all of Critical Drinker's video. I was kind of skipping through it, but I caught like pretty much every section he was talking about. And I was like, oh my gosh, I agree with nearly everything, except that he also doesn't like the game and doesn't like the woke stuff in the game, quote unquote. I say that because it doesn't seem performative to me. So I don't think it's woke if it's not performative. So,
Of course.
yeah. So, but of course, with a lot of the people on that other side, if it's something that's not to them, like within their realm of normal, it's woke. And so it's just a totally different definition there. But so he doesn't like the game, but like I love the game. The show is making me absolutely nuts. I'm doing like reactions to all of it, but it's just, oh my goodness, I've never seen a trash heap adaptation as bad as this.
Well,
Adaptation, it's so bad, dude.
you know how a lot of comic book and video game people feel now when they do live action adaptation of stuff, and we're just like, why,
Yeah.
why?
And people
And
are
then
like,
if we
why would you want the same thing? Like, why wouldn't you want a new story? I just wanted to see it done with humans. I wanted to see them do the lines. I wanted to see it acted out that way with humans. And I wanted to see the cinematics in that. Because I like live action more than animated. We've gone over that, I think, before. Like,
Yeah.
animated and I don't jive as much as like real live action humans. I just wanted to see that version of The Last of Us and see what they did with the zombies and see like all the scenes. That's it. I didn't want them to change anything except maybe to expand a few of the side things and lore things, because they could, in order to replace the gameplay and do a few things for it being a different media. That's it. They didn't have to rewrite everything like they did. It's just garbage.
Yeah, and I hate this whole thing was like, we're changing it for people who never play the game.
Yeah.
If they never played the
They
game,
know
you
that
can
the
still
base
keep it the
audience
same.
is gonna
Like
be the
it does.
gamers. Like they have a
It's like
built-in audience, and they're basically slapping in the face. That's
it's
garbage.
so fucking stupid. Oh god dang! I forgot. We gotta
I
stop
know.
cursing.
That's why I've been
Stop
saying garbage
cursing.
so many times. No, it's so bad. And I will say I agree with all of the people who are normally very like anti-woke, that I think the show is very like performative woke. It is in that like realm of uh if there was ever a time that I would think that something was pushing an agenda, I would think it's The Last of Us show season 2. It is absurd how agendized it is. It is like the cherry on top of all agendas. It's ridiculous. It's like, I mean, they said it was a joke, but they made Ellie supposedly like have a trans line. And I haven't seen everything yet. I've seen clips. But she goes, "Oh, I'm going to be a dad now." Ellie's not trans. She's just gay. And on top of that, they made her like very butch and very like not. And I've talked about how I'm bi here, okay? So for me, seeing like not necessarily two femme women, because they're not like, you know, wearing nail polish, this is the apocalypse, but we're talking about like two women that are just, you know, like one's really nerdy and one's kind of cool and like dresses more a little bit feminine, but like they don't take on masculine feminine roles, and not every gay couple needs to take on a masculine feminine role. It can just be two people that like each other. And so they're literally taking away from what to me was one of the only like representations of the type of gay that I am, is like just people liking people, and there's not like all of these things that you have to be in. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, two women. Okay, cool. You know, it's not like, oh, I have to look more manly, or oh, I have to do this, or oh, like I'm changing the way that I am in order to fit this like stereotype. It's just they're there. And now they've made Ellie very like manly in the show, and even had her like have a trans line. And they say it's a joke, but like this feels like an agenda, and they're pushing it all this other direction to give other people representation rather than the people that they already had representation for. And then they're making it very performative on top of that because they're joking over it. And I'm like, what the actual, you know?
Well, well, to play devil's advocate, like the whole her saying like I'm gonna be a dad, I don't understand how it's a trans. I don't understand because again, I am a straight
Well, because she's
male.
not a dude.
But it could come off as a joke, like a girl saying I'm going to be a dad.
She's making a
Like
joke of a situation that is very serious, to be honest. Like they're in
yes, an
they're
apocalypse
on
too.
a revenge thing. Ellie, like they cracked jokes occasionally, but it was like she was going through it. Like she was in emotional turmoil during that point in the story. She
Yes.
was like going down a dark path, and they've like
Yeah.
made it a joke now. So now she's not going to be in that mindset. But on top of that, you see like these little moments, and they don't tell you because it's more show versus tell. The show tells you everything, it just spoon feeds you. It's awful. So
Yeah, which is dumb.
it's so bad. And so this whole conversation felt so juvenile. Like I've seen the whole clip and everything surrounding it. It felt so juvenile. It felt like the Disney Channel version of like Last of Us. And it's like they didn't have any realistic emotions, because what we see in the game is she's a little bit jealous when Jesse, the guy who actually got her pregnant, because that's how it works, you know, when he gets there, you see these moments of jealousy for her, and you see this concern for her because she can't get Dina pregnant, all right? And does she think she's on the outs now because she's not going to have what they have now? They're going to be sharing that baby no matter what. And so there's like all of these dimensions. She's scared of losing, you know, her friend who's Jesse and her loved one Dina, and also is dealing with this revenge quest for her highest loved one. And so it's like there's all of these little moving pieces and contrasting things. And so you've got all this like stuff that's going on while she's just trying to focus on a revenge quest. And so you see all of this compartmentalization for her. Now it's just going to be like, oh, we're a big happy family. Like, what? Excuse me? And on top of
Yeah,
that,
even
she's taking her with her. Like, the whole thing was she's leaving her at the theater because she's sick, because she's pregnant, and like she wants to protect her. And that's like a whole plot line, is like taking care of Dina,
yeah.
figuring that out. I just, and they made a joke of it. And yes, the dad thing is weird because that takes away from what an actual lesbian or bi person's experience would be in that moment, to have a serious moment about it, or to have something that they could say that would portray what those emotions are, even in like a divorced baby situation for straight people. Like straight people can relate to this in a lot of ways as well, if they have somebody else who they really like who's gotten pregnant from someone else, or gotten somebody else pregnant. Like we've seen that in media before, and they've taken away from that the one time it happens for my people. You know what I mean? They've taken away from that, and they've made it like this trans thing. And I'm really upset about it. But on top of that, even if you say, oh, it's a joke, well, now they've made light of something that could have actually been cool. So,
Yeah, even in the game,
they've made gay people a
she kind
joke,
of says
is what
something
they
different.
did.
She in the game, she says like you're birthing now. Like she called it like a when Dina says she's pregnant. It's like you're birthing because like I'm going to kill somebody. I can't worry about you because you're pregnant. It's like it's a life. It's a lot, and I kind of get like the whole thing. I was like, when apocalypse, you got to kind of look at the bright side of stuff. Like, oh, there's a new thing. But at the same time, I was like, hold up, you're pregnant. You can't come with me. Like, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
kind of upset. Like, you're pregnant. Like, are you serious? Like, I understand you find this out now, but like, do you not understand how this makes it harder for me now? Like, I can't have you with me. Like,
And
you
there are
need to go
multiple
home.
ways you could react to that. Of course, no matter if you're grieving or not, some people are not going to lash out the way that Ellie did. And so if they wanted to just have like a slight shift to her character, they could. But they've now made that whole situation a joke, which was like a very serious situation, and one that shouldn't be made light of, because it's like now the whole tone of everything is different. And on top of that, they've messed up the whole dynamic. It's just... no, absolutely not. I'm enraged, to be honest, because you know how obsessed I am with this.
I know, and like I said, like I can't I can't understand. I kind of understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like it's not my fight because I'm a straight guy. So
Yeah, we could
it's
have
like,
we could had it, you know what I mean? Like we finally had representation, and so people who are like,
but
like we finally had it, and it's now given to someone else. It's given to like butch lesbians. It's given to trans people. It is taken away from the people who could have like actually been represented for
but when you
once.
say okay, when you say taken away from everybody else, like when you say it's taken away from you, is it? I mean, the LGBTQIA plus, it all falls under the same umbrella.
Sure, it
But
falls under the same umbrella, but there are segmentations. Obviously, that's why there's different letters. I mean,
yeah,
and like I'm not big into identifying for groups anyway, but I'm obviously, if that were me, like there's a whole group of us that would never say something like that. You know what I mean? Because that portrays like, oh, one of us has to be the masculine one. Oh, because
okay,
you know what I mean?
I
And so
get
it's
you.
like offensive to my people, to like me as a bi. Like I'm like, that's not how I would react. I wouldn't be trying to put myself in a masculine position, nor would I necessarily want my partner to. You know what I mean? Like I would want them to
Yeah,
say what they're actually feeling, and it doesn't have to be anything about gender. The fact that they made it about like gender politics when it could have just been a moment between two people that love each other and have a difficult situation, so fucked. It's like that's the agenda, is that they've now made it like gender politics on top of everything else. It's bull
well,
crap.
the girl who plays Ellie, she is a part of the community. I think she considers herself
She's non-binary,
non-binary.
and so again, this is like a non-binary line. Non-binary generally associates with trans. That's not like, trans people are not the same as gay people. It is two different things. What they're under one umbrella, but these are two distinct groups. And like shifting that language into something that suggests the other, like imagine if they took away from a trans person and they took the dialogue away from a trans person in a game or a show. Like people would be like, the trans community would be freaking the flip out. They would be freaking out. They would say, oh, they've, oh, it's right wing, oh, it's they've taken away from us, oh, blah 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 blah. Like nobody's freaking out about this because we're not like as much of a protected group.
I mean, you're not the only person who said that. Like, there are
And
lesbians who
especially
have
the
said
bi
like,
community, the bi erasure is real, and so like this
yeah,
whole
I
thing is just absolute shady. It's an agenda for trans people, I'm telling you, and it's against us, and I hate it. I hate it.
listen. Now you kind of see what everybody has been saying for the longest,
Yeah.
and
I mean, I've always seen a little bit of it. It's why I've not like defended all like woke. You know what I mean? Whenever it
yeah.
feels performative, and this is the definition of performative.
Well, you gotta perform. You gotta somehow
And then
get those
and then
viewerships.
they
You gotta
shoehorned
get
in a
those.
sex scene into a place where it didn't belong because emotionally it didn't make any sense. It made sense where it was in the game. Like there was a set of emotions, there was a journey, like it just happened along with everything else. Okay? It was just part
When
of it.
Abby gets taken.
Well, no. I mean the like lesbian, and they did a fade to black for the lesbian one, but like that
Yeah.
one made sense. It was before anything really bad had happened. And
Yeah.
so in the game they do it after bad things have just happened and after they find out she's pregnant, and it's all like in 1 second, and it's just absurd. It's absurd timing, and so it feels shoehorned in. It feels like they're presenting it, right? Rather, they're putting it like on a pedestal for you to see, and they're making a big thing of it, rather than it just being something that happens during the zombie stuff, right? Like the
Yeah.
zombie emotional journey with everything and the revenge cycle, like that's the story. And who they happen to have relationships with like does add a layer to things, but it's not the main story. They made that whole episode centered on getting to that point, that gay point, and that makes people who are not gay say, wait a second, or people who are looking for woke say, wait a second, it feels like they made this all about gay versus literally
Yeah.
anything else, and they did, and that is performative woke.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens with the later with it, because I think like there's like a few more episodes, like one or two more episodes, and it's done for the first part of the season.
Yeah.
And then there's like the second part of the season, and then the third part. They're breaking it up. I don't know how many parts you're gonna break the season into. a lot of people they I have been seeing that like the viewership has been going down for the show, and a lot of people have been turned off by it. Like it's just like you're completely changing things, and you make
Yep.
characters that kind of like weak. Like Tommy has been this like whipped guy. He's just kind of like, oh no, blah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
I've
want to do
never
this
liked
anymore.
what they did to Tommy. Like, I've been saying since the beginning they should recast Tommy, Joel, Ellie, and nobody listened to me. It's fine,
We're
except
getting
Ellie.
gaslit to like Pedro Pascal. That's what it is. I swear to you, and
Yes.
people are gonna disagree with me. No, we are getting gaslit to like this man. That's all it
Yes.
is. Because
And
he's
Bella,
literally in
too.
everything, and we're gonna gaslit to like him.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. Because his sister, this is gonna sound controversial, but I don't give two
I'm ready.
craps about it. Because his sister is trans, and he's very against J.K. Rowling, and he's very openly like outing people and like throwing them under the bus. It's like, oh yes, he's an ally. We love him. He's not that. He's a decent actor. He's not a great actor. Like I'm tired of
He's
seeing him every day.
absolutely not a great actor. I have been
He's
going
in
through these
everything.
episodes, and all he does is it's like this monotone. Like, oh my god, can you have any like what's the word? It starts with an I. Like different pronunciations of words in a sentence. I forget the word, but it's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
But like okay, his sister, what his sister is. We shouldn't be putting this man on a pedestal just because of his sister and because of his political stance. That's what's very annoying about like politics and stuff. And actors, like some actors would get very like open and passionate, and we sit there and go put them on a pedestal. We put them on a pedestal. Then when they do something screwed up and it shows up, wait, they're really not for us. We decide to rip whatever pedestal we put them on out
political
from under them.
game rather than actually picking someone that fits the role. There were so many dudes that
Good actors.
I've pulled them up the other day. I was like trying to say, here's who I think should have been, and it doesn't even have to be a known person. They could have just put someone in there who looks like Joel and can act, because Pedro Pascal doesn't look like Joel and he doesn't sound like Joel. I don't care what anybody says.
He doesn't even look like Mr. Fantastic. He looks nothing like Reed
Nothing.
Richards.
Nothing.
He does
Terrible
like,
casting.
You ever seen the show on Netflix called You?
Yeah.
The guy who plays Joe looks like Reed Richards. The
They
freaking
should
guy
have cast him then, because he's
the guy
decent. He can do a couple.
who played Kylo Ren
Yeah.
could have been Reed Richards.
That would be cool. I'd be down for that. He's cool.
The guy who the first Reed Richards looked like Reed Richards. The
And
very first actor.
The two people you just named, I would also prefer as Joel. Literally any like white dude that with brown hair that can act, just throw them in the role. Like, why did you pick
Like-
Pedro, who doesn't look anything like him?
It's because we're getting gaslit to like this guy. Then
And nobody.
the girl who plays
Can I say it? Nobody talks about the fact that he is race swapped. Nobody talks about it. Like Pedro Pascal is not white.
He's
He's white passing,
Joe
he's
has
not
been
white.
race swapped. Also, Dina's race swapped because Dina's not
Dina's
Spanish.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Jewish. So they took out her whole Jewish storyline, which was really important to the story. They visit a synagogue. She talks about like how important that is to her. She talks about prayer. Like that's a whole thing for her.
Oh, but you probably can't have that now because the whole situation with Israel and Palestine. So they're like, we can't do that. We can't do it. We can't.
And so they're
all the
letting
people-
politics run their show when they
So-
could just write
and
what they want to write. It was already there.
It sucks, but that's the truth. What's happening in the media and video games? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. We can make another bet for this.
Okay.
Game of the year for this year, if it's not Clear Obscure Expedition 33, that shows that there's something going on in the industry. Because that game was made by a team of 55
I
people.
guarantee it's not going to win and that something is going on in the industry. 100%.
Soundtrack phenomenal. Gameplay phenomenal. Story phenomenal. The characters, like I grew up playing RPGs. The first RPG I ever played was like Final Fantasy VII. I love that story. I love it. Final Fantasy VII is like hands down the best RPG story of the Final Fantasy series, right? Everybody talks about 7. 7 is like the cusp. It's the creme de la creme. This game, the combat and gameplay is so like it's addicting to me. I'm like, oh, I want to play. And like the story is so like catching, and the characters are so like intriguing. Like I want to know a little bit more, and like the world is so developing. It's like, okay, this expedition they're on, and like these things that they're supposed to be killing, but they're actually like a group of, they're actually like they actually have some type of humanity to them, and like they have to follow order and stuff. It's not everything, it comes to that whole thing. It's like it's not what we believe all along. It's more to it. As a deeper story in it, and like everybody's talking about the game. Everybody, it sold 2 million copies in 12 days.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the game. Everybody's hyping the game up. The soundtrack, the gameplay, the characters.
I mean, I personally want Assassin's Creed Shadows to win, but Assassin's Creed's never going to win. So,
But here's the thing.
And I want it
if
to.
Expedition...
That's what I would vote for. It's never going to win. But so, like, nobody understands my frustration because you all have each other on the Claire Obscure, like, train because everybody's like, oh, it's a cool game to like. My game is not a cool game to like. I love it. I want Assassin's Creed to win for once. Like the fact that it has a home base, that everything you do relates back to the home base. You can do like anything that you do, you bring supplies back to base. You can go out and find more stuff within any area. You can whatever you build there also affects how your gameplay is. You can literally decorate it like The Sims. And you can bring back like romantic partners or friendships, and you can choose between whatever you want to do there. You don't have to have romantic partners if you don't want to, and you can bring them back to your little like cult hideout farm. It's cool.
Yeah.
It has like everything that I could want. It has all of the Assassin's Creed stuff and the home base, and you can put like 30 different types of animals on it and have them all hang out. And it like how is nobody talking about it? It's such a good game. And the boss battles were cool. And the thing about Assassin's Creed is it's not just centered around like boss battle, boss battle, boss battle, boss battle. It has like all of the stealth and all of these exploration and all of these other things, parkour, obviously. So it has so much to it all in one game. And I love it. And I can't get enough Assassin's Creed. And I'm upset that it will literally never win because everybody's like a little bee about it.
But here's the thing with
hate.
The game also with Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, it's the guy who made it used to work at Ubisoft. He worked at Ubisoft.
Yeah,
and he
so
said
people
he
are
came
using
up...
that to be like, oh yeah, Ubisoft, of course he got bored.
But no, they're not talking about it because he just pretty much said he came up with the idea for the game when he was bored at working for Ubisoft.
Yeah,
He was bored.
So everybody's using it to again crap on.
No,
my
nobody's.
favorite.
I'm telling you, nobody's using it.
Literally,
who's everybody?
Every comment I've seen about it is like, oh yeah, he got bored at Ubisoft.
The only comment I've really said about it, and you liked it, and I said it shows what a team of dedicated people who is passionate about a game, a small team, can do and pull off.
Yeah,
if the game had 100+ people, it was flunked.
I'm not saying it's bad. There is something to have a small team. The Stardew effect is what I called it.
Yeah, because if you look at like when Assassin's Creed first came out, it was a small team. It was like under 100 people. It was like 50 people tops.
Yeah, once you start having too many people, it's like they're sectioned
it's so many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, they're sectioned off to these different areas and everything's really disconnected. But I still like where it is today. It's different than where it was at the beginning, and I love the old games, and I can still play the old games. Right before this, I was in Assassin's Creed 2. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's still there. Now it's just a different evolved version, and we can play both. It's like... I don't really get all of these complaints. They both still exist. Would I like to see a little bit more of old style eventually? Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of small teams, a lot of layoffs has been happening in the industry of, it's... Well, I mean, we spoke about this before, but now it's getting like this is picking up again. So Electronic Arts, EA, they laid off 300 to 400 people, including 100 at Respawn. Respawn is the team who is responsible for Titanfall 1 and 2, and also Apex. So it comes to find out they were working on a Titanfall 3. And I don't know if you ever played Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 was like amazing. It was an amazing story. But we're never going to get a Titanfall 3 now because they just laid off that team that was working on it. And what... it wasn't just EA, also Polygon. Polygon laid off mass layoffs, and they sold to Valiant and Hit it to they sold it. I don't know who they sold to, but Polygon sold to Valiant and Hit with mass layoffs. That's the story that is. So all these writers are getting laid off. So the layoffs is picking up again. What sucks is just that it's just these companies, they know fans want X game.
Yeah.
They hype fans up. They bait fans to get hype for X game. They say, "Well, we're working on X game. You guys want it. We're gonna work on it."
Yep.
Oh, just laid off all the team. We're not working that game anymore.
It
Sorry.
doesn't make any
Well,
sense. Like they literally know what they need to do to make money. All of these companies.
Yes.
They have any company that exists right now that has made a game before has had something that has worked and they could do that again. And they just don't. Because like I said, I like new Assassin's Creed, but they could easily make an old Assassin's Creed game. Make old style fully. Because Mirage was like in that direction. But imagine if they actually did something iconic again, you know? Because as much as I love it, it's not iconic. You know, they could do that.
It's just, I feel like it's just played out at the moment right now. It feels like it's played out. Because sometimes it seems like they have the building blocks, but then they take those building blocks, break it, and go, we're gonna do new. Like that's fine, but why are you taking away the core elements?
Bored, right? And that's with any series. But like, think about what you just said, like with them getting laid off. It's like they knew what they wanted. People wanted Titanfall 3. You know, people want more Kingdom Hearts. People want more. They want a remade Bloodborne. They want games that don't hold your hand as much. There's like all of these things that people are asking. They want the, you know, kind of like porno games, to be honest. Like there's people that want all of these different things. Provide them those things and you'll make money. It seems pretty easy to me. Like if I knew how to make video games, I would make one right now. And as soon as AI gets there, I will, because it's like it seems very simple. It's like they're getting into this almost like prideful corporation thing where it's like, well, we're going to make this because we already have this stuff and because we're, you know, sectioned off into this or sunk costs. And it's like, just do the things that people want. Stop making 20-year plans and like actually make what people are asking for and have a better turnaround time, and don't focus on making like everything the biggest and the best, and just make what people want. It seems so simple.
Because again, Expedition 33, they said that if they waited for a AAA company to pick it up, the game would have been 10 years out.
Yeah.
It'd have been 10 years out. But the game was ready. The game was ready to go. Everything was ready. And they were like, we're not gonna give AAA company, because it's like they're just gonna ruin our game.
And they definitely sectioned themselves off. They niched into what they thought was good, and people glommed onto that. Like, I have 0% interest in Clear Obscure. I would love to get somebody else's save file to make ambient stuff, but I have like zero intention to actually play the game. The gameplay does not look fun to me at all. I don't like turn-based, and everybody's like, oh, it's cool turn-based. I'm like, I don't like any of it. I'm tired of boss battles. The only boss battles I would do right now is like Soulsborne. I'm not trying to do any of that. Sounds boring.
Yeah.
And I also don't like that aesthetic. I'm so tired of that, like, what even is that? Like with the, you know, the aesthetic, it's like fantasy, magic,
They're
anime.
French. They're French.
It's like there's a specific aesthetic though.
Yeah, but it's because so the aesthetic plays around what story and the lore of the game is about.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. That's like a whole genre aesthetic. I don't know what it's called, but
like the fantasy, like fantasy
Nier,
type stuff.
You know, because like I've played Nier, but it's that aesthetic. It's a similar aesthetic.
Okay, but
like the outfits, the black outfits, the whole thing.
But you could change the outfits.
But you know what I mean? Like there's a whole aesthetic, and then the magic.
Well, that's
very Nier coded.
But yeah, but I mean, those aesthetic. But the thing is with that game, with the aesthetics and how they look and how they dress, it fits into the game. So the uniforms they're wearing is for the expedition.
Sure.
That's what the expedition team wears.
I'm just saying I'm not the audience, right?
Okay, yes, it's not for you.
There's a big audience for that aesthetic.
But you're not it.
And for like cool turn-based and for like all of these unique things. Like that, there's an audience for that. They niched into that without the fear of missing me. They were like, we don't need her and that audience.
Yes.
Right?
They
knew what audience they
wanted. We will miss her, but
didn't.
Get more people.
So instead of doing the big broad-based AAA, we gotta get everybody, like the Starfield, you know, like we gotta make sure this is for everybody. They didn't do that, and I think that worked.
Yeah.
And I think we need more of that. I would like to see some that are made for me, but you know, it's fine.
It's like when you look at games like Bloodborne, any of the Souls games, Miyazaki knows like his audience. There's like, this is my audience. This is what I'm gonna make the game for. I'm going to add little things to help to drag in new people, but I am not making the easy mode. I'm not making the easy mode. You can't select your modes. There's no easy mode. That's it. There's none. You know, that's it. And you still have the people saying you gotta have an easy mode. You're gonna scare off new people.
I
We
don't
literally
even
had
think that's
somebody.
far enough. I think that there should be we've talked about this. I think there should be games that are
Yeah.
actually hard and don't have a way to even make them easy.
Yes. Yes. We literally had Ariel on the podcast, and she was one of those people who was like, Souls games scared me. But when she started playing and started getting addicted, she got addicted to it because at the end of the day, those games is about accomplishments and finishing it. And then going back to like these layoffs and these companies, like they know what the fans want, but they refuse to make it.
Yeah,
Titanfall
I don't
2,
understand why. I don't know if it's because they have these
great
long
story.
strategy. Like, what do you think it is that's like breaking it?
But what blows my mind is Apex Legends is within the Titanfall universe. There's literally a pilot who talks about how far to be in a there's a character whose father was a Titan pilot, and they talk about it. It's in the same universe. You could have literally made a new Titanfall game and had Apex characters kind of show up, or like one or two, like work around that, and then dropped another character for Apex. They just fired the guy who did like the guy who made the newest character in Apex. They fired him. He's gone. He made a new character for Apex.
Why do you think they went this route? Like, what do you think they could possibly be doing that they think is going to make them more money?
I don't think they're making money. Cause wait, stop. I'm sorry. What I think they're doing is the whole extraction shooter thing now. Cause you
so
laugh
dumb.
because
these companies are dumb.
Because here's the thing. Extraction shooters is the new hotness. It's hot.
By the time
it's
they
hot.
make it, it's gonna be like 2050. Like
Because here's the thing. You have Escape from Tarkov, right? A Tarkov, whatever you call it. Escape from Tarkov, right? It was an extraction shooter, right? You go out, you hunt, there's other people there about to pop you. You never know. And you take stuff, when you extract, you take stuff back to your base. You could build up your world hub, like your little base and stuff. You could build up, and you know, it was like that sense of loss. Like, if I die, I'm going to lose good equipment. You know? They had that unlocked. Now you have games like Marathon, which is an extraction shooter, and then I played one called Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders and Marathon are two different complete games. And Shroud even said in Marathon, I don't feel any stress about losing stuff in Marathon. In Arc, it's like I have to get back because if I lose this stuff I have, it's gonna kill me. And there's like it's a lot of tension because in Arc Raiders, it's you have you're going out to this world like above ground, and you gotta watch out for the robots that could kill you, and like the robots cause snitches and spiders and all that stuff, right? And then you have other people, other raiders, and they have that system like the proxy chat, and you could try to bargain with people like, don't shoot me, please. Like, let's talk this out. But you know, most people is like, I'm just gonna shoot you in the back anyway. I mean, Escape from Tarkov wasn't the only extraction shooter. You had games like Hunt Showdown, but Hunt Showdown was kind of just like you buy hunters, you kill the monster, you get the money, and you try to leave with the soul and stuff, whatever. That was kind of it was enemies that you have to worry about like in the game, regular NPCs, and then other hunters. But now the new thing is extraction shooters. So like I said, we got Marathon coming out. Now we got Arc Raiders coming out. Arc Raiders is like phenomenal. It's a really good game. I played a little bit of it. It was cool.
yeah, but like
But now you have I think EA is going to start looking at that because battle royales are starting to lose their
at the end
drive.
of the day, they're never gonna like get there in time. I mean, I don't understand why all of these giant corporations are running themselves like a small business. A giant corporation sets trends, a small business chases trends. You can't do that as a giant business most of the time unless you have small teams trying to do that. But you can't do that as your entire premise of your business. You can't just shut down projects you've had going on to chase trends. You're gonna lose your bit, and that's what's happening. It's absurd. It's like, have these CEOs that run these companies, the people, all of the executives, the boards, have these people not been in other industries and seen what happens when you do that, especially tech? Like, you can't chase trends as a giant company. It's never gonna work.
I guess they kind of see how Epic Games is doing with Fortnite because Fortnite
but they
has it unlocked.
Trends. Epic
Fortnite has it unlocked though.
Fortnite sets. They set the trends.
But Fortnite, like I tell people all the time, Fortnite was a tower defense game.
Yeah.
And then they adopted the battle royale. Now it has Rocket League. Now it has a Guitar Hero. Now it has the tower. It has the tower defense. It has a Lego world. It has all this stuff. It has a Among Us.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm telling you, it's
they
gonna have.
absorbed all of these other things because they made a game that could. They made something that's flexible. And these places, these companies aren't making things that are flexible. They're like going all in these ideas, like they were with the multiplayer for all of this stuff for Sony. You know, they were trying to do all the live service. And so it's like
Yes.
they go all in these things that they're going to be late on because they're trying to do it too big. And so they've got to have smaller companies testing the waters for these things. It's like they've lost the method to how they've gotten there in the first place. And I just don't understand the logic of anybody running these companies. And I feel like they don't understand what they're doing. And usually you see, I mean, there's mismanagement everywhere, but a lot of corporations, the people in charge do know what they're doing for the most part. Like, even if they make mistakes, there's a logic to their strategy. It doesn't feel like there's any of that in gaming anymore. It's like, do these people not even try? Like, who is feeding them information exactly? And what, like,
I think they're just
really
seeing
think they
it,
can get a
though.
game out in 5 to 10, like, that they're going to turn around a game in a year for an extraction shooter before it goes, you know, belly up, that trend? Like, no, it's going to take them 5 years.
Wait, how long did we think how long did we think Battle Royales was gonna last? We thought like OG and stuff. We didn't think it was gonna last long. Now
Well,
I remember Halo.
Long, other than Fortnite, a lot of them have fallen off.
But the thing is that
fell off, and it was huge in 2020, 5 years ago.
Fortnite, the thing is what Fortnite does is because Fortnite adds in all this other content. It adds in skins and stories.
There's room for a leader. You know what I mean? Fortnite's just the leader in VR. There's always going to be room for that. But even Warzone, Call of Duty could not keep up.
I mean, it's still relevant right now. I mean, for Call of Duty.
Warzone isn't.
I mean, if you think about like games like let's go back to like the 1v4 games. What's the most known 1v4 game you know? What's the well-known 1v4 game that's out right now? I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you.
Marvel?
I'm gonna slap you.
No, that's like something else. I don't know. What's one? I don't play these games.
1v4. 4 people versus one person.
You're asking me, and I literally don't play these games.
Horror. It's a horror game.
DVD.
You know it. There you go. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't play these games, dude. I just played Last of Us over and over again.
I know. Okay, but Dead by Daylight is like the top 4v1 game. Before that, you had the game called Evolve.
Okay.
Not many people remember the game Evolve, right? Then we had the Friday the 13th game. That fell flat because of the branding. The
marketing guy was
of the rights of Jason. That was the thing. Of the rights.
Sorry, it wasn't Friday the 13th. I was thinking of the Texas one. Texas
Chainsaw Massacre.
The marketing guy was just awful.
Also, you had the Evil Dead game, right? All those games try to come out and be like, it's horror. We have the horror icons, right?
Yep.
These are memorable games, but they're falling flat.
You can't just copy a trend. It's just like you have to have something special and actually do it right. Like Marvel Rivals even did it right, and they've fallen off a bit. I thought they were gonna get huge, and they've.
But the reason Marvel Rivals is dipping is because of the ranking system, the AI of it, the algorithm of it, and the reward system for playing, and it's just the player base, and behind it too.
Well, if they don't fix it though, it's like, you know,
hero-based shooters are there, but it won't last too long.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you have to rely on the team, and you don't want to get stomped by better players and stuff. Because in that game it's like League of Legends. League of Legends is still holding strong. League of Legends is still holding strong after all these years, but the player base is like.
No, it really feels like a pyramid scheme. Like you have to get in on the ground floor of these games, or you're never gonna get up there.
And continue with the layoffs. You look at like even like the One Piece animator has called for the latest series' entire sound team to be fired over unprofessional work. Like they came and it was like the whole sound team is gone. You're all unprofessional.
Well, it really does.
That is crazy.
It really does open doors for small businesses, whether you're a content creator or like the Claire Obscure team, you know, and you just niche yourself into exactly what you see a hole for, like you see a target market for, and you just go for it. I mean, that game has done phenomenally, just like Stardew with one person. You know, it doesn't take 9 million people and $900 million to make a game.
It just take a group of passionate people who wants to do it, and they got a well-known actor playing a main character. They got Charlie Cox. If you don't know who Charlie Cox is, he's Daredevil. The guy who plays Daredevil
Oh, I feel like you
is
said that
a
last
voice
time,
actor.
and I didn't know it either in the last episode. So.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know because I'm a DC girl. Heroes of Tomorrow.
Even then, I wouldn't know
Legends.
anyone. I just like one show, and Batman is cool. This is for the games, though. To be fair.
Yeah, but whatever. But
because Arkham Asylum, we need more games like Arkham Asylum. That game is perfect.
We're never gonna get it. We're not getting it again. We're not getting it.
How are we not getting more games like that?
We're not.
We could just make,
because you know why?
Like but the thing is, even the indie people are making like a lot of like platformers and like a top down. Like make an Arkham.
Yes.
Why are we not making Arkham Asylums and Last of Us?
We're never getting another Arkham game.
Small team.
That's it. We're not. Look at the last Arkham Knights. That game was terrible. It was terrible.
I haven't finished it. Arkham Knight, I like wasn't really that.
No. The one with Nightwing.
Oh no. That's Gotham Knights.
Whatever, Gotham Knights, whatever.
I thought you were talking
that
about
game
Arkham
is terrible.
Knight, yeah.
That's Arkham Origins.
The third
I
game.
think.
No. The third game I wasn't as into. It was really long
Arkham City?
and slow. No.
Arkham City.
No, Arkham City was the second one, right? That one was good.
It goes
that one.
Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, and Arkham City.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham
Asylum.
Knight, and then Origins is like the other one that I think might have came after.
I don't remember.
But it's
It's too
prequel
many.
or something. But
I
the
think it's too
original
many.
trilogy is Arkham City Knight, or sorry, Asylum City Knight. And Asylum is a 10 out of 10. I would say City's up there. It was like 9 out of 10. And then Knight for me just like it dips really hard. Like there's some cool pieces to it, but it just doesn't flow well to me.
Yeah,
too big.
give me, but the thing is, we're never gonna get those games because they got rid of half that team and a system from the. I think you should try the Mordor Shadows of Mordor game. I think you really like the combat in that too. The Shadows of Mordor. Just play one. Because I think both of them have the Nemesis system. And I think you'll love it.
Cool
I think you'll really love it.
I have so much backlog, that I'm about to work on over the summer, I think, a little bit. But I'm actually going to play something other than Last of Us for a minute, I guess.
But the thing is, like, these companies are getting rid of people. They have these formulas and things that people want to see again. And they go, we're not going to give the people what we want. We're going to try something new to captivate the new guys because we want to get the modern audience. We want to get the new gamers. Or we want to get this group of people. And the thing is,
they want to keep
those
growing.
group of people,
that's the problem. They're trying to pull in people that don't want a game. And then you're just putting The Last of Us in a show and making it for the new audience. Fuck the new audience. Just
like,
make stuff that you know will already like. Stop needing to grow 20% over every year. Relax.
It's freaking annoying. It's honestly annoying that these games companies are doing this. That's why I'm so happy. Like FromSoft knows what they're doing. Like FromSoft is like, I'm just gonna keep making Souls-like games, and that's it. So Night Rain is a roguelike Souls game. It's Elden Ring, right? But it's roguelike, meaning you could die and just come back and start over. That's all it is.
Oh, like
You
Returnal.
keep doing it. Yeah.
Returnal is
Then
basically
you have
like a Souls-like, but with roguelite. It's really good if you haven't played it.
You have doggone stinking Hideo Kojima. He got kicked out of Konami, and then he made his own thing, and he made his own game system called a Strand-like game. Strand-like gameplay. That's what it is. Strand-like gameplay. Death Stranding. Does it seem like a very boring game?
I'm
Yes.
actually gonna play
Is there a
that
lot
soon.
of action and crazy story? Yes.
I'm gonna try
I'm telling
it.
you,
We'll see if
the
I like
first
it.
few hours of Death Stranding is like I'm just walking, but it gets very stressful because you're like, I want to carry all this stuff in one trip, and you're
Okay,
trying
don't
to
spoil
balance
anything,
yourself.
though. I don't know anything, so don't spoil anything.
Listen, it's a great game. The story is great. It's captivating. Then they got part 2 coming out, and it's like,
Yeah, that's part of why I wanted to play it. But I put a vote. I thought Harry Potter was gonna win, or like Mafia, because there's a new Mafia coming out. But apparently Mafia is not super popular. Nobody liked that one, so I was like, okay.
yeah, Mafia is like Mafia is like a niche. time of thing.
It
It's like
looks
I like
cool.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like my type of game, but
But Death Stranding, the story is just like what the hell? Like Hideo Kojima, like he's like a evil genius. He's a genius. Like I'm just not tooting his own horn and freaking meat riding him. But
yeah.
the man is a genius. If you ever played the Metal Gear Solid games, you know his genius. You know it. And his storytelling, his world building is freaking phenomenal. Speaking of like world building and games and like being phenomenal, me and Dad was right. And I'm pretty sure we spoke about this many times, but GTA 6 got delayed to 2026.
We both called
And
it. Yeah. Yep.
and both you and all you brainlets out there who
Uh-huh.
was like, it's coming out this year. I said it's not gonna come out this year. Rockstar is known for delaying their games.
Last year when they said it was coming out in 2026 or 2025, I was like, absolutely not. I was like, it's definitely not. Like,
It's not coming
They
out.
just started talking about it. It's going to be at least 2 years. Like now that they're putting it on the map and we're seeing stuff about it, it's going to be at least 2 years. It's not coming out in a year.
And they're saying it's coming out next year in May. I don't think it's gonna come out next year in May.
I wouldn't be surprised if it were delayed again, but they did at least put a month on it this time, so there's a little bit more hope. You know?
Yeah, so they dropped a new trailer, and the trailer was like, the game looks great. The game looks good. But again, this is a trailer.
Mhm.
And we know we can't be fooled by trailers. Has Rockstar ever fooled us with their trailers? Not really. But
The trailer
every game
looks really
company-
good. I
Yeah,
I was kind of like on the fence. Like I knew I needed to get it as a creator, but now I actually think it looks pretty good. And now I'm like,
yeah, you got
I'm gonna
that
have to,
ass effect.
I'm gonna have
those
to
ass
give
physics.
them that type of freaking money.
Those booty physics. Because I think all
Actually,
the shots was of that girl's
I'm gonna
ass.
So I'm mostly into girls, but like I've said, I'm bi.
Oh.
That guy, that's my type. The guy
That's
in
the-
GTA 6
Wait,
is my type.
So you like chiseled guys?
Mm-hmm.
You like chiseled guys. That's the thing.
With the low voice. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, he's
so-
100% my type. That's
So
the
fellas, if you want a
epitome.
chance with Mad, you gotta be chiseled and
I think-
and low voice.
Yeah, that's yeah.
See, I'm chiseled. I'm not chiseled. I'm pretty beefy. I'm pretty beefy. I'm not chiseled,
That
but I gotta work on that.
that guy is
but-
100% mad type. That's it.
But the game looks good. I just hope the graphics are the same. But here's the thing now. Here's the thing. I think they did that because they want to set the bar for $100 games.
Yep.
Because right now, every company said we're doing $80 game. Microsoft said, I know we ain't got many games, but
And
the games
like,
you do
think
put out,
about it, they're gonna be in
$80.
history. They're gonna be in history as the first $100 game. They want it. They want to be
Sony-
that.
Sony is raising the bar. Sony's like, we're doing $80 games too now.
No,
So
I
my-
mean, but if they don't do it
Rockstar-
now, you know, the next GTA is going to be at least 15 years, probably, right?
Yeah.
So, and even the next Rockstar game, like if they did another RDR or they did something else, like it's going to be 10 to 15 years minimum. So,
Yeah.
if they want to be setting the bar at 100 for the first time, they've got to do it now. This is their time to
I'm
shine.
gonna be so upset when the games drop $100, and it's all of our faults. It's
we're gonna get
all
it.
of our faults.
Yep.
We're all to blame because
To
you know
be
why?
fair, I'm not going to
because
buy other games at that price unless it's Assassin's Creed or Last of Us. Like,
But-
I'm not
but
going to buy
so
any
you-
other games at that price.
dude, everybody, it's gonna be so annoying that everybody's dropping $100 games, and then
I'm
I
just
made
not
a
gonna buy 'em.
post like saying. I made a post saying like a lot of people can't keep up with this, especially streamers trying to follow trends. Because again, the one thing about being a streamer is that sometimes to survive or get noticed, you have to follow the trend. So and new games drop like every other month.
Yep.
So could you imagine like you're a startup streamer and you're still trying to catch up? Like
Yeah.
$100
I mean, that's
or
one.
$80 every other
To be
week.
fair, if you want to be a big streamer, chasing the trending game is definitely not it. If you are like kind of medium to large, chasing the trend can really like propel you if you already have like a really good base audience. But if you're small, you should just niche yourself into one game. To be honest, like
You
there's
should,
a million
but-
ways to do it, but that's gonna serve you better and be less cost. Like overall, it's just an easier, riskless way.
Yeah, but you know, people want to just go full send and
Oh,
stuff.
I know. I
and,
mean, I have variety, obviously. I'm just saying, like, they don't have to do that if what their main goal is to be popular. It's actually better to niche overall.
Agreed. And right now, like everybody's just going straight for the the whole full send this is what we do, this is what we are, and
And if
if you
they
don't
want to
like
be
it, too
popular, they
bad.
just shouldn't be a gamer, to be honest.
Why you say that?
Because gaming is like one of the hardest genres to get popular in for any type of content.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
It's
agree.
very
I
it's
agree.
very saturated, and not that there isn't space for different types of things in games and different gaming communities, but you can, I mean, if like you make a politics channel right now, you're going to propel in like 2 seconds. If you make a tech channel and you do something specific, you can get there too. There's like a million other genres you should do before gaming overall. So if like your goal is popularity above all else and not passion, then I would pick something else. But if you're just passionate about gaming, I mean, like, I mean, we're doing gaming and we're not very big, so
Than me. You're bigger than me.
yeah, not really.
You're bigger than me. You bigger than me. You have a
We're
whole
both
community. You're
tiny.
bigger than me. No, she's bigger than me. She's way bigger than me.
I don't know about all that. Like
You are.
I've
You are.
plateaued pretty heavy, but I have a really good community, like a very strong,
Yes.
small,
My
strong
community.
community.
My community is like not there, not existence. I don't have a community because
You're not
I'm a
nurturing
type
them.
of
You're not insulting
no
them enough to keep them in a little
no.
nurtured cold
Is
bubble.
my community is very like standoffish, just like me. We just, you know what the thing is? The other thing is, I do have to stream more. I do have to stream more, and I don't because I get that blockage. Like I get on, I'm like, why am I gonna stream to nobody? I don't want to do this. So I'm just like, so now I'm just like, I'm just gonna go live. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm over it because it's just
That's true.
it is what it is.
There's like a million ways to do it, and I over communicate, so my community always knows like when I'm like the really like what's the loyal community, like the ones that definitely want stream no matter what. I'm over
Yeah.
communicating like my schedule and everything that happens, so they're always looking forward to the streams, even though I've been doing more event based instead of regular routine. So it stays steady, even though my streams are all over the place. And like, even though I'm small, the steady comes from the over communication and having a really cool community that loves each other. So, I mean, that's very hard to establish. So if you're just looking for numbers, it's a totally different game.
But that's the first thing like you gotta do in stream, like build a solid community, like build a community, network with people, talk to people, grow. Like don't
Yeah.
it's hard.
don't network at all
It's
these
hard
days.
at first. It's hard at first, but it can happen. It's just it takes time and a lot of effort.
It does. Like,
But-
I don't even watch Twitch streams most of the time now. Like, I'll watch some of my favorite people here and there, but I like am never on Twitch, and that does not help you. Like, you should definitely be on Twitch if you're trying to grow.
Yeah,
It's not my number one.
I mean, Mad watches me. I'm one of her favorite streamers.
Yeah.
I'm one of her favorite streamers.
No,
She's
I
lying to
do.
my face right now.
I
She's
do like
lying to
watching
my
you boss
face.
battle. You're a good gamer. You're a good gamer. You're good to watch.
Dude,
like,
my
good
boss
gameplay
battles.
from.
Dude, I'm actually playing a game offline. Like I'm this one game that's a boss battle game I'm playing offline.
Why? You
I
can
don't
be
know.
streaming it. You can be hanging
No,
out
because
with
it's
people.
like, dude, because I've been playing the first Berserker Kazan or whatever it's called. I'm playing that's my strictly offline game.
Dude,
Strictly
I would be
offline.
so bored gaming by myself.
I do it all the time.
I do a little bit now when I'm doing my ambience, but that stuff's like very like it's specific anyway. I have a specific goal for it, but like I do it for my patrons. So if like a patron isn't there, like I feel weird. Like who am I talking to? But like I can't game offline. I need someone to talk to now. Like I feel lonely. I'm like I want to tell people what I just
Aw.
saw. Yeah. Like I
Aw.
did it once for an early access game. And I did like maybe 12 hours, and I like made it dark in here. I was like, oh, it is kind of nice to game without lights in my face. Like, right now I'm kind of in the dark. But yeah, I pulled up my couch and I did like a whole like normal gaming sesh like back in the day. I thought about even putting it on my TV. Just I haven't gamed on my TV in years. That'd be cool.
Oh no, I just sit right here and game. But that's the one game I'm playing offline. I don't know why I'm playing offline because I'm so bad at the parry system they have. It's like the parry system. It seems so easy because how the bosses swing is like a very slow swing. But it's I don't know. It's just a lot. But that's my offline game. But can I tell you like a funny story that happened to me last week?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story, and a lot of people might be like,
Is it
Della, what the
another
hell?
story with what's it called? Oh, I forgot the name of it. Never mind. Go on.
It's not another VTuber story.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I call it when I tell people the story, it's like I was ready to buy a red hat and put it on. one of those, make America great again hat and put it on. But again,
you were wearing one, or
I was going to buy one,
oh, okay.
but because of what happened, it was one to make me buy one. But I would never do that because, again, I hate both sides of the government, and both sides is just idiotic as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I ordered food from a pizzeria. I went to their app and I ordered the food from the pizzeria. So I got my order and everything. And because I only used their app because I had like points to get like money off of a pizza, some nuts, whatever. So I ordered my pizza, right? So they said, okay, they're going to use a third party app to deliver. And they were going to use Uber Eats. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So, you ever use Uber Eats recently? Have you used Uber Eats recently?
Oh, yeah. I use it like at least once a week.
So, you can like track the guy, shows you like the progress, and it shows the guy's car. So I saw the guy was coming to my door. He was like 2 blocks away. So I stand at the door and, I see the guy. First off, he parks in the middle like of the street. He doesn't like try to pull into my driveway. He literally parks he stops dead in traffic, and other cars have to go around him. Like the street I live on is like kind of narrow, but not that narrow. It's like 2 sides of traffic flows both ways, but everybody parks on the other side.
Okay.
So you can't just like double park there, but he did that. He gets out the car, right? And he gets out the car and he's holding not 1, not 2, but 3 bags of Chipotle.
Somebody's
I ordered pizza, not Chipotle. He gets out of the car with 3 bags of Chipotle.
I mean, you could take that instead of pizza. That's a lot of food. I don't want Chipotle.
So
I haven't had that in ages.
He comes to my door and he's handing me the food. I'm like, that's not my food. He looks at the food and he looks at me and he tries to hand it to me again. I'm like, that is not my food, not mine. He looks at the name and he goes, you. I'm like, not my food. And I'm like, this guy doesn't speak English at all. Then he opens his phone and pulls out Google Translate. And I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't read or speak English. I type, I did not order this, not my food, I got pizza. So he reads it, he types back, what am I supposed to do? I go, yo no sé, not my food, I don't want it. This is not my food. The name of the bag was a completely different name. He's trying to give me 3 bags of Chipotle.
I mean, that sounds like
So
more
I'm
food. Did you get a lot of pizza?
I got like a regular personal pie and like some nuts. You want 3 bags of Chipotle? I know a lot of you gonna be like, that's 3 bags of Chipotle, Della. That's food for a week.
Yeah.
Have you seen how I look? I'm self-conscious about my body, and I try to keep my girlish figure. I had like gluten-free crust on stuff. So
you think the pizza's more healthy?
I'm gonna slap you, man. I know it's not more healthy, but how I made it had the right calories in it. Okay. Anyway, I called the pizzeria. I'm like, hey, a guy just tried to deliver Chipotle and not pizza. What the hell? He's like, what? That's weird. I told him my order number and everything, and the guy's like, yeah, your order's still here.
Dang.
But here's the thing. On the freaking Uber Eats app, it tells you what you're picking up, and when you pick up the stuff, you have to confirm you picked it up, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's hard.
And then go and confirm you dropped it off. How the fuck did this guy go to Chipotle? See, like, how do you get the two mixed up?
He doesn't speak English. I feel like that's the majority of drivers these days are people not speaking English, and so there's like a whole barrier to like doing.
But here's the thing.
So, I mean, that's such a hard thing for directions. Like, I understand that it's an easy thing to get into, like the barriers to entry are low, but language is a barrier, and I feel like people don't realize how much they're going to struggle doing Uber Eats without being able to speak English, because they're not going to be able to understand the streets. The amount of people who can't find me is absurd. Anyone who's actually been downtown should know, like, where I am, like, they should know the area. But
and I know people will probably say that's very racist of you. He's trying to make a living. Yes, I understand he's trying to make a living, but you should at least try to understand the bare minimum to get you by in the country you're living in. And like, if you're gonna deliver food and do food services, you should know how to read English at least, because the pizzeria I ordered from is called And Pizza. It literally says And Pizza.
Yeah, like, as much as I want to move to Italy, I'm not going to move to Italy and then try to Uber Eats, because I wouldn't know where to go because I can't read Italian. Like, it just, like, it's not an insult. It's just like, logically, that's not a good job if you can't at least read the basics and restaurants.
Yeah, That's why I said I was like ready to buy a red hat and put it on and be like, there's America. You gotta learn because that's what it's like. That's the whole thing. But it kind of upset me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in my industry, I work in construction. I'm a safety manager. But the thing is, like, you deal with a lot of people who don't speak English, and I've met people who s- can't read the language that they speak. I've met people who can't
Yes.
read Spanish.
Yeah, literacy.
Or
Yeah.
write. They can't read or write. It's the literacy is atrocious. I'm like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's just bad. I was just like, what the hell?
Oh,
I had to go pick up my own food.
Fun fact, I learned that in India, a lot of people, at least of a certain echelon, don't even know Hindi. Like, especially the new generation. Like, they learn English as their first language.
They do.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to communicate with people over there?
No, everyone that, like, at least the people, you know, because there's like people with money and people without money. There's not middle class there. So, like,
Yeah.
obviously, if I'm going for a wedding, it's not lower class.
The
It's
money area.
People, it's people with money. So, yeah, everybody spoke English. Some people only spoke English. Like, that was their first language. Even the, like, main service, they did it in English as well. And not for us, not for the Americans, but because there were people there, including some of the people in the wedding, that only spoke English. Isn't that crazy? I had no idea. That was a cool fun fact.
Yeah, I guess like it depends on like certain countries. Like if it has like like a lot of if it's a very tourist-y area and like they have a flow of tourists and
Yeah,
stuff.
normally it's
they
tourist based,
speak
but this
English.
was like money based, which was pretty cool. So like everybody, literally everybody, if you're talking to anyone in like a group of people, like at the weddings, everyone spoke English.
Oh, that's cool. But I was just so upset. I had to go pick up my own food. I couldn't get my delivery fee back because they use a third party and stuff. I was like so upset. And I was just like, is this how Republicans feel? This is like a lot of people feel? Like they're upset about stuff? Am I a bad person, man?
No, I
for
mean,
being
I
upset
think,
about
I
this?
think when we get personal frustrations, that's where we can start to actually reflect on, am I biased, or is this a situation where I've had a personal issue and I probably shouldn't stereotype an entire group of people by it? And so you start to reflect. It's just a point of reflection. It doesn't make you a bad person to have these like points where you're like, okay, let me actually analyze, like self-analyze where my mindset is at, because I shouldn't, you know, start to dislike or have these feelings towards a group of people. This happened one time with one person. But when you start to have these patterns emerge, that's where you start to have these biases, and you've got to confront those for yourself and say, okay, is this just me recognizing a pattern and changing my behavior? Or is it where I'm starting to emotionally get, you know, upset? And that's where you should really like think about it hard, because we don't want to hate groups of people, obviously.
Yeah, no, I don't hate groups of people. I just hated that guy right there for that day. That motherfucker who tried to give me 3 bags of Chipotle instead of the damn pizza I wanted annoyed me.
But yeah,
And
so
then to look me in the
stereotypes arise
face.
for a reason. But it's I've had the same issue over and over and over again, and it's frustrating, and it just makes me want to move, to be honest, because my building's a pain in the butt, and that doesn't make it any better if people have a language barrier. So
Yeah, there's like really bad language barriers like going on right now, and it's just like, oh my god, like what the
well,
hell?
it's awesome that
But-
we live in a melting pot, because like we can get a lot of really good cuisine and like a lot of cool customs from other people. Like for instance, when I was in India, like I learned about their wedding customs, and then I even was talking to someone from Hong Kong, and they told me about their wedding customs, and I was like, American weddings suck. Like India's way cooler. Like their weddings are so like they have a lot more going on. It's just more fun. There's a lot more symbolism. And so you learn about different people, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I would like to have that. And so in America, we can do that. We can like adopt different things in different cultures. And so when people are like, oh, cultural appropriation, I'm like, the whole thing is celebrating other people. Like most people from an actual culture are going to be excited when you celebrate their culture. Like cultural appropriation is just a SJW word. It's ridiculous most of the time, unless you're actually being disrespectful. So
Exactly. Like we're supposed to learn from each other's culture and adopt each other's cultures and stuff. And like it's called inseminate. Inseminate. When you inseminate.
And so there's nothing wrong with calling out different things that we don't like about other cultures in our own culture when we're doing it in a way where we can all reflect and learn. And so, yeah, I mean, these thoughts and these stereotypes arise for a reason. We just have to be very honest with ourselves and try not to let it, you know, cloud our actual judgment, because even a pattern isn't a fact, you know?
Yeah. I just know somebody's going to take this out of context. So like, Della hates all Hispanics and Uber drivers,
will.
and he's an asshole. And I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't. But if you don't think that, go ahead and think that, because I'm friends with many Hispanic people. I have close friends with Hispanic family, extended family
Oh,
who's
now you're
Hispanic.
pulling the friend card. I have a black friend. Got him. I got him.
Anything I hate.
Got him. Oh man, can't win.
I
You
have
can't win.
everything I mean. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Why did you do this to me, Matt? Why? Why?
Oh man.
It's like the I have a black friend card.
Oh man.
God dang it, Matt. I hate you. I can't
Oh man,
stand you.
it was too good. It was too easy.
Yeah, no. But that's where we're gonna leave it off today. Let us know what you think about GTA being pushed back. Are you happy it's being pushed back? Does that mean it's gonna be a little better? Are you excited for it? Like GTA 6, now that you know you saw that little snippet of what is expected in the game story. Let us know in the comments below. Let us be sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell, and stay up to date with your favorite two hilarious, not racist gamers.
I love that you've had to clarify
Anything-
at the end. That's
Not
means it was
racist.
an episode. So,
You got anything to close off with, Matt?
No, not really. I think my brain's like completely. We need to stop having things we don't want in media and start having things we do. And I think we're all gonna have to just start creating it. Like the way we've done content creation, we're gonna have to start eventually doing that for the media we like. Like not just like low level like YouTube like podcasts. We're gonna have to eventually like actually make TV shows and games and movies and compete, because oh my god, these companies suck. That's what I got for you.
Yeah.
Get good. We gotta
Yeah.
get skills.
We gotta get skills. We gotta do it. We
Start
gotta
learning
do it
the
for
AI.
Johnny.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I'm Della.
I'm mad curious.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.